The morning of my first real field exercise, I looked at a line of soldiers trying to convince a doctor they were too sick to go. I thought, these people are weaklings. I went anyway, somewhere out in the forest, soaked and sleep deprived. I finally understood why they were in that line. At some point, your brain just stops fighting it. Not because things got better, but because you ran out of energy to care that they hadn't. But first, the work. You are not allowed to remove your gear while setting up, which means every trip, every tent, everything with an extra 20 kilos on you. And it's not just your own tent, the commander's tent, the vehicles, the containers, all of it needs to be moved, placed and secured. Dozens of trips, same route, same weight, until it's done. And 10 concealed nets over everything. Chop down branches to break up the shapes so nothing looks obvious from above. The idea being that from the air it just looks like a forest. I'm not sure that was fooling anyone though. Our nets had massive holes in them, and there was a smoking chimney right in the middle of every tent. If a drone flew over, I think they would have figured it out. But we did it anyway, and it was dark enough out there that the camouflage worked on us too. Once I spent half an hour walking in circles because I couldn't find my own tent. Complete darkness, unfamiliar location, no landmarks. Eventually, I just found a road and followed it until I stumbled back. Then, the next morning, bring it all down. Move to the next location, do the whole thing again. Every time knowing we'd probably be moving again before it mattered. And after all of that, there was still one more thing waiting every night. Then there's guard duty, which sounds simple. You stand somewhere, you watch for things, maybe open a gate. Then you report anything unusual. What they don't mention is that guard duty happens regardless of what else has been happening. It doesn't care that you've been awake for 18 hours. It doesn't care that it's raining harder than it was an hour ago. It doesn't care that the thing you're guarding could probably guard itself. You stand there alone in the dark, more sleep deprived than you thought possible, responsible for something. You can't sit, can't close your eyes, can't do anything except stand there until someone comes, if they come. And sometimes the relief comes late. Standing there with literally nothing you can do about any of it. Something shifts. Not everything about field exercise was miserable. Some of it was just completely insane. The specific kind of stupid that only happens when everyone around you is equally done with everything. I was once done with my guard duty and ready to head to sleep. When I entered the tent, I saw my friend had gotten the worst spot possible, right in front of the doorway. All of a sudden, I see him standing up and start swearing up a storm. I look down and see he was in a massive puddle of water. Like the water levels were higher than his tent mattress, and I just started laughing uncontrollably, trying not to wake the rest of the tent. There were also patrols you'd have to do, both during the day and night. You'd simply check that everything was going as it was supposed to and do some random tasks given to you. These lasted 2 hours each. One night, the other patrol member said that we needed to cover this truck. I asked him why he hadn't done it before, and he said he didn't know how. We get to the truck, and I realize I don't know how to do it either. So Dumb and Dumber get to work. We give it the army special. We do it so we can claim we complied with the orders, but do it so badly no one would be fooled by the covering. I didn't think I'd be laughing about any of it. Being miserable together does something to people, and you end up laughing at stuff you shouldn't. Some of those moments in the tent at 2 a.m, someone saying something completely stupid, those are the ones I actually remember clearly. You guys could finally warm up and lay down. The vibes were immaculate. especially on those easier camps. People had snuck their phones and would play music and eat the treats they brought with them. This is what you'd hope military camping was like. Too bad it rarely was. There's a moment near the end of every field exercise where you know it's almost done. Not because anyone tells you, you just feel it. The pace changes. People start packing things more properly instead of just throwing them in. The officers get slightly less aggressive. And that's almost worse than the middle, because now you're counting, and counting makes every remaining hour feel longer than the last one. I remember sitting in an abandoned building near the end of one exercise. We'd finished our part of the job and nobody had given us anything new yet. Going back to the camp meant someone would find something for us to do. So we just stayed there, too tired to talk, too close to the end to sleep, just sitting in the dark, empty building, waiting for something to happen. That specific feeling, almost there, not yet. I felt it everywhere since. At the end of bad days, at the end of bad weeks. That thing where you know relief is coming, but it hasn't arrived yet. Turns out most hard things end the same way. Coming back to base after a field exercise is one of the best feelings I've ever experienced. The shower first. I'm not going to oversell it. It was a basic shower in the military barracks, but after days of being wet in the wrong way, standing under hot water felt like something magical. Then the bed. That night I was unconscious the minute I laid down. But something had shifted that I didn't expect. Before the field exercises, I took everything on base for granted. After I noticed all of it, the food that just existed, the roof that didn't leak, the ability to sleep horizontally for more than 2 hours. And then I started noticing civilian life differently too. Everything we have, every comfort, every convenience, everything that just works. Someone built it, someone maintains it. None of it appeared. Base life and field life aren't even on the same planet. And everything out there runs on work that nobody sees. Because when it's working, you don't see it. You only see it when it's gone. A warm room, a meal that exists without you building the fire first, a road instead of a swamp, a bed instead of wet ground. None of it is free. Field exercises were the worst part of my military service, yet they taught me something. If you enjoyed that, I have a bunch of other military related stuff on my channel, and please subscribe for more.